It's time for Michigan Fun on My Michigan TV, a weekly look at the top events in Michigan as presented by the state's leading authority on events, the Michigan Festival and Events Association. A full listing of events is available on MichiganFun.com. Michigan Fun is a production of My Michigan TV powered by Michigan Digital. Now, here's your host, President of the Michigan Festival and Events Association, Mike Sukin.
Welcome to Michigan Fun, where we check out the state's top festivals and events. I'm your host, Mike Sukin. Can you believe it? It's already August, and things are hot, getting hot. So hot that this is festival, fair, and event season. And today we're going to check out those great summertime traditions. Today's show, we're going to find out what's going on at the Owasso Speedway, and we're going to check in with the Coleman Road Band. But first, we're going to go to South Haven to check out the National Blueberry Festival. Welcome to the show, board members Richie Garcia and Megan Kiker. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
So, National Blueberry Festival, South Haven, Michigan. I can't think of a better combination. What you guys got going on? What you got planned?
Oh my gosh, it's more like what do we not have planned? I think we've got so many of the great events that we've had for years. We also have a couple of umbrella events that are going to be taking place. We have a quilters show. We have our barbecue that is a fundraiser for our local Alvan Humane Society. We've got our wonderful Blueberry Youth Pageant happening Thursday night. And right after that is our Blueberry Pie Social. It's your opportunity to come down and get a slice of pie from Crane's and a scoop of ice cream from Sherman's. So, I mean, there's just going to be a ton of events for all kinds of family and friends and all kinds of stuff.
Megan, my mouth is watering. Can we talk about something other than blueberry pie?
I don't know. That's pretty much my wheelhouse. But we can talk about the parade. Richie and I are in charge of the responsibilities of the parade. So if Richie, you want to touch a little bit on that happening Saturday morning?
Yeah. I mean, this is the 60th anniversary of this festival too. So we're trying to make it as exciting as possible. We got big shoes to fill following the previous parades, and we're still looking for people that want to be in a parade. So if you're interested in being in a parade, or if anybody's interested in volunteering, we're still accepting for both of those. We also, throughout this weekend, we have a lot of live music happening. I think Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, we have different performers right on the river there at the marina, which is going to be really nice. There's a lot of activities for kids. Friday has quite a bit of things for children to do at the pavilion. There's youth pageant. There's all kinds of awesome stuff. So it's really exciting.
So how long is the parade?
It'll be an hour. So it's from 11 to noon. Is that right, Mike?
Yep. It just depends on how many people we have entering. Right now, we've got about 25 entries. So about an hour.
Yep. And it's right downtown and then another block and then right back. So it's right in the middle of everything, and you'll be passing by some of the events during it as well.
And it's got a lot of the local royalty. We have a ton of Miss like Blueberry, Miss South Haven, Miss Bangor, Miss Cover, all of those wonderful youth pageants and that happen with Blossom Time Festival. And so we are excited to see all the royalty in our parade as well.
That's great. I was up in the Cherry Fest not too long ago, and Cherry Fest has a queen. Gaylord has a princess, and it's just so wonderful. Those activities. Glad you guys are doing that. Glad to see that the youth are all taking advantage of that. So what else? What other activities do you have for the youth? I saw in the videos. Going back to my mouth watering and the blueberry pie, I saw a kid eating a blueberry pie without using utensils or his hands.
That is correct. So we have our blueberry pie eating contest. We've got a separate one for kids and a separate one for adults. So the kids entry is free. The adult entry is $25, and you get to eat a whole pie without utensils or your hands. Some people are really into that, and it seems like a good time when people get involved.
Sounds like an opportunity for a great sponsorship from Tide.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's awesome.
Yeah, lots of blueberry pie. There will also be lots of pancakes flipping that weekend as well. We've got quite a few local organizations holding pancake breakfasts Saturday and Sunday morning. So that's always an opportunity to get down there early and get your pancake breakfast and give to a local organization that, in turn gives back to our local community as well. So that's another just opportunity for you.
Yeah. And also speaking of the local community, starting off, I think on Thursday is actually Farm Day, where there's 3 different farms that are participating. The Grand Champs, Bumbleberry, and Brookside Farms. They all have events where you go there and you get to see their farm. And I believe it's kind of a scavenger hunt as well.
Yep, kind of. So they bring a card and you'll receive a bucket at the farms that you go to. And then you'll bring a stamped card to the pie social, and then you receive a free slice of pie if you have visited each farm.
All right. And I think I also saw a farmer's market.
That's correct. Yep. We've got our Blueberry Farm Market. So we've got a couple more farms actually involved there. We've got Very Blue Farms, Barden's, and Wiley Rooster Farm and Greenhouse. So we've got our full farm market down at the pavilion. And so there's just, again, more opportunities for you to come down and get some blueberries and do something, not blueberry pie related necessarily.
And if you're somewhat athletic too, there's a 5K that's happening on Saturday. It starts and ends on the beach, so that's pretty awesome. There's also the Bobby Walker basketball tournament that's happening as well. So yeah, lots of activities.
Is that a 3-on-3?
I believe so. There's some serious talent there, and a while back I probably would have participated, but yeah, no longer do I do those things.
Yeah, my knees don't handle basketball anymore. I love playing the game, but my knees won't do it anymore. That's why I'm into the blueberry pie.
We've earned that. That's right.
Yes. But yeah, we actually have our brand new Kids Day activities happening as well on Friday. So this year we've got a new sponsor for that. So that's going to be Nature Ripe. They're going to be holding some educational programs for children down during Kids Day. They'll have some presentations about bees, our local flora and fauna. And so that'll be fun right there at the main stage right on the riverfront as well. Lots of activities for children too.
Sounds like a busy week.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a week, but a whole busy week.
You should see us planning. Our meetings are busy too. Crazy.
Very busy.
And I see that our producers got your website, blueberryfestival.com. So all the information that anyone wants to see to learn about what festivities or what activities are going on is right there on that website, correct?
Correct. We also have our Blueberry Festival app available through Apple and Android. So you can download that app. It gives a full list of the events and a map for the weekend as well. So that's just one more accessible way for you to find out what's going on downtown.
Yeah, it's just called South Haven Blueberry Festival too. So it's nice and easy to find the app on there.
That's great. Hey guys, I really appreciate you being on our show today. You guys are going to have a great time. I mean, there's always a great time and always a great weather, especially in the summertime in South Haven, Michigan. So you guys knock it out of the park and save me a piece of blueberry pie.
I promise.
Thanks
Megan. So much.
Appreciate you guys being with us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. Have a great day.
You do. Bye. Oh my gosh, what an event. I'm just, as I said, my mouth is watering. But don't go away, because we're going to talk about the happenings at the Owasso Speedway, and you're not going to want to miss that. Be right back.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Welcome back to Michigan Fun, where we take a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guest is from the Owasso Speedway. Let's welcome to the show General Manager Jeff Parrish. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Hey, you guys got some wild things going on at the Owasso Speedway. Been a long time since I've been out there, but all I've heard is nothing but great things. And you've got a small event called the Hot Shoe, which is that's the first time in a long time that race has been held at Owasso.
Yeah, it's the first time ever at Owasso. So we're excited to have the modifieds in such a big way. It's the 9th running of the Hot Shoe, and it's got top drivers from all over the United States that look forward to competing in the event. And it raises money for Cancer Crusaders, and it has a wonderful feel for racing. It's got all the good stuff.
That's awesome. You and I have been involved in this. You a lot longer than I have, and racing. Racetracks have a opportunity to cross-pollinate with other fun activities, and I'm happy to see that those kind of activities are happening there also. But you've also got a fantastic owner this year, new owner to the racetrack, and there's been a lot of improvements there. You want to share with the audience all the great things that are happening out there that they can experience by coming out to Owasso?
Well, we have in this year, well, I'll start when Rex purchased the racetrack. The closing date was, excuse me, October 1st of 2023. And we've went through massive changes in just that short time window. And all new racing surface, new LED lights for our drivers, so that it's very well lit, and they're kind of a specialized lighting system because they're part of our show now. There is a programmable sound system that is with the lights, and we can do color changing light shows with music, and it's just another element that you don't get at an average short track around Michigan. And Rex's stated goal is to build the nicest speedway in the United States, and he's been the nicest short track, I should say. And he's been very successful in business, and he is transferring a lot of that success into the short track community. And we're very blessed. We have a couple great speedways in our area with Owasso Speedway and Birch Run Speedway, and they've been very blessed to have been revitalized in the last few years, and the amenities modernized, and the long-term plan for Owasso is to have a stadium-like feel to it when you're pulling in. And some of the things I can't I can't tip our hat on everything yet, but some of the things that you'll see at the new Speedway, it'll be multi-story. It's going to be, I think, 95 feet tall. It'll have of course, a gift shop, but it'll have a museum in the facility and a sit-down restaurant. The museum itself, Owasso's been in existence since 1939, and it stopped shortly during World War II. Rommel's Africa Corps were housed there after they were captured in Egypt during the war. And there's all kinds of history of things that were done with the prisoners and people that guarded them and that kind of thing. And decades and decades of motorsports memorabilia surrounding Owasso Speedway and all kinds of fascinating stories. And we're going to have that on display for fans to come and learn about some Michigan history when they stop at our track for a show. We open very early in the day, which is not typical for a speedway, and we'll have a lot of things for people to do and see and touch and feel when they get to the racetrack.
That's great. I love that idea. As I said earlier, today you need to have more than just cars going around a racetrack. People want more, especially coming out of the pandemic. People are looking to experience things that they don't get to experience. And by putting all those facets and bringing the history to light at Owasso Speedway provides that. My hat's off to you, and it's hats off to Rex Wheeler. Rex is definitely going to make a big difference there. And with a general manager like Jeff Parrish, how could you guys go wrong?
Well, you're very kind, and I appreciate those words coming from you, Mike, especially after you have worked in this industry and you realize the challenges that we face every day when we do go to work. So that means a lot. We've been very blessed this year. We've had great attendance. We've made it extremely affordable. Front gate ticket is only $14 to any show that we do, and that's the premium top cars in the country coming to compete. And an adult can come and watch for $14. And if they're 20 or younger, they get in absolutely free. And we have had tremendous amounts of young people at our events. We compete very hard with everybody's attention for digital products, and to have them actually seeing and feeling and hearing and smelling what's going on at their racetrack in their community is a wonderful thing.
I could not agree more. I'll take it one step further. My experience in the racing world was, I think that there's a place for racing in high school curriculum because it meets the standards for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I mean, you can't just jump into a vehicle off the street and go onto a racetrack. Sure, you can paint it up and you can put all the decals up on, but it's got to be designed properly. It's got to be designed for your safety, and it's got to be designed to perform the way a race car is supposed to. In conclusion here, if I can wrap up a little bit, I see that the Hot Shoe is August 11th and 12th, but you guys race, is it every week? And what day of the week do you race at?
We race every Saturday night, and we race from April until the end of September every year. And we have a host of special events where we're trying to become one of the premier destinations in the United States.
Yes, you are. And you're doing it rather well. And you're doing it first class. Jeff Parrish, thank you very much for being with us. Give my regards to Rex Wheeler. And if you need any more information, OwassoSpeedway.com, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Have a great day, Mike.
Going to be right back. You're not going to want to miss our next guest. Our next guests are from the Coleman Road Band. They are fabulous entertainers, great musicians, and not only that, great human beings. And you're going to see that when we get back from this break. Welcome back to Michigan Fun, a weekly look at the top events happening across the state of Michigan. Our next guests are Michelle and Christy Haight from the Coleman Road Band. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Michelle, your hair looks great.
Oh, thank you. I had to lighten it up, you know, getting older. Got to put those highlights right around my face.
I have to admit, I was talking to Chris yesterday when you walked in the door, so it was kind of an inside joke. Sorry, Chris.
That's good.
Well, I appreciate it anyway.
So, Coleman Road Band. You guys have obviously been around. I've seen you a few times. What you guys got cooking? Where you guys? I mean, we've seen your Facebook page. You're everywhere, but primarily Great Lakes Bay, Mid-Michigan area.
Yes. Yeah, primarily. Still working mostly like Midland and Bay City, some Saginaw, a lot of Clio, which is where we're from. Chris and I are from. So I'm moving the guys down a little bit, you know. But yeah, primarily through the summer, we've been mostly Midland. I mean, that's where we're originally, you know, based. But yeah, a lot of activity up and around there. Yeah. So
I've seen that you played at quite a few bars, but I've also seen you at quite a few festivals. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of the direction you guys are looking at, is more of the festival activities. Is that true?
Definitely. Yeah. So we just played the Tuscola Palooza not too long ago, but even in the past few years, we've done several festival type events like the Parkapalooza with the D Street Music Foundation. We did Porch Fest in the Pier, which is, you know, that's kind of down there a little bit. We did that last year and we were scheduled again this year, but they got rained out, unfortunately. We do the Commons in Midland, which is kind of a festival type situation. We've done that for several years. River Days. We did the Bavarian Festival this year. We got asked to do that this year. So that was really special and fun. Yeah, just several festivals.
You mentioned the Lapeer Porch Festival, and I think Caseville has something similar to that. What an interesting idea. That's where the bands are playing on residential porches, and the audience just tours around the town, going from front yard to front yard to front yard. What an interesting event.
It is very cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it is. It's fun for the musicians. It's fun for the people. You know, they usually shut down a section of the area. So the downtown area, it's pretty big. And I think the Porch Fest idea is pretty nationwide. So I think several areas have adopted it. I think it started maybe like in Austin. I'm not certain, but I think it probably started around there in Texas or somewhere. But yeah, a lot of places have Porch Fests now. And people can just kind of stroll around and listen to the music or the various, you know, artists or, you know, whatever, what have you. I don't know if it's always musicians, but, and, you know, open containers, and they have food trucks and stuff like that. So it's really neat. We loved it. We had so much fun last year. So we were bummed that it got rained out this year, but they'll have it again in September. Yeah.
And playing the Bavarian Festival, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's big time right there.
No, we were really honored when they messaged us and asked us to play. They had seen us at the bus stop in Birch Run and a couple different places. So yeah, they asked us to play in the rock tent, and we of course said yes. We of course did, and it was great. We had a blast. We always have a blast. I keep saying that we had fun, but that's if it's not fun, then it's not worth it. I mean, we love the people. We dig the music so hard, and there's just nothing like it. There's nothing like this group of people I'm with, and the music that we play, and the people who come and listen to us, and we see the same faces, over and over again, who love the music, and there's just nothing like it. I'll do it until I'm, till I really just can't anymore. I think we'd all say the same thing. Yeah.
All right, so I noticed on your Facebook page, there's that wooden sign that says Coleman Road on it. And of course, it always is a question of mine, what possessed the band to call themselves Coleman Road? There's got to be a story. There's got to be a backstory to that.
Oh, it's such a lame story. Chris, do you want to tell the story? I just want to say I had no part in naming the band. I wasn't even asked for my opinion. So it was already Coleman Road when I joined the band, but Chris can tell you how it became Coleman Road.
People talk about, they ask me a lot. I do the sound for the band, and people will ask quite a few times about the name or the origin of the name or who lives on Coleman Road. And I love painting a story of some elaborate reason why it's Coleman Road. But the truth is that a couple drummers ago, the band practiced in a pole barn on Coleman Road, and the members had a couple different projects, and it was like his Midland band and then his Coleman Road band, because based on where they practiced. And they just decided that, what are we going to call this band? And well, Coleman Road works. So that's how they came up with it. That was before our time, before Michelle and I were involved in the band. But yeah, that's where that came from.
I knew there had to be something off the wall, because I mean, you hear all these bands, Coleman Road. Now, what in the world possessed somebody to call themselves Coleman Road? But hey, like you said, Michelle, you guys have fun everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Jerry and I have seen you at a couple different places. You guys are very talented. The whole band is, and you can definitely tell the camaraderie between the band members. So in the next few weeks, where can our viewing audience see you guys live in person instead of Hollywood Squares?
So our festival situation has slowed down quite a bit, as we're coming into the fall. I mean, I know it's not fall till the end of September, but if you look in the stores, it's fall. I mean, so it's slowed down quite a bit, but I think this Friday we're playing at the Sanford Eagles. And then I think that's all we have. What's that? Friday we're at Beer and Brats. That's right. It's Beer and Brats this Friday. And then the next one is
also Beer and Brats.
Also Beer and Brats at the end of August. And I just wanted to mention, it does say on there, ColemanRoadBand.com. My husband takes care of that. Chris takes care of that, and he updates it every week. It's updated. So all of our events are on there, and all of our information, and yep. So
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Mike.
What a great show. I want to thank all of our guests for joining us today. To find out more information on these events or any event happening in the state of Michigan, go to michiganfun.com, and you can also find this video on My Michigan TV. That's mymitv.com. Special thanks to our producer, Jared Clark, and the entire staff at My Michigan TV. Again, everything that you want to know about Michigan is all streaming right here, My Michigan TV, mymitv.com. Hey, I look forward to seeing you again next week. Get out there and have some fun.